Okay, so this is video number 3. Hopefully the final video. Technics RSTR311 tactile switch replacement. Okay, so there she is, all ready to go. So now we're going to reassemble the deck. Exact same process as it was taking it apart. Okay, so but everything looks good. Got our mechanisms and everything back on the bench. We're ready to start assembly. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, this is going to require 2 hands. Pause the video. Okay, with the board in, the board screwed down. Okay, we take this metal bar, put the metal bar back. Okay. Okay. The display gets plugged in to this board right here, okay, with these wires. So you don't want to bend them. You want to be very careful plugging this in there, okay? So I'm going to pause this video while I plug this board in here. Okay, but basically it just slides. Oh, how about that? It just plugged itself in. How nice. Okay, now that bracket seems to want to stay in place better. Okay, outstanding. So we're going to screw this bracket down. Okay, and then we can start putting some mechanisms in. I'm going to pause this video while I screw this down. Okay, putting this metal bar back on here was a little bit of a pain in the ass, because the eject mechanism, you can see the spring in here, okay? The spring comes out in this little groove right here. You can see the spring poking out. The spring was resting up against this little plastic peg right here. So it didn't want to go back together. So I took a little screwdriver and slid it underneath the spring, okay? And I was able to lift the spring up in the air to get this on there, okay? So that's where that little spring wants to be, okay? Is right there in that groove, okay? So that was the only little hiccup putting this metal bar back on. So now this display right here, okay, is ready to plug in here. So, you know, it's going to require 2 hands, I guess. Oh, there she goes. All right. So now that display is in there. All right. So we have the record deck over here, the play deck over here. So it's ready to start putting these mechanisms back inside the deck. Okay. So once you set it inside the deck, just close the door. Click. That will hold it in place. Okay. And do the same with the other one over here. And slide it right into its place. Okay. Of course, I'll have to pause the video. When I come back, these will be installed and the 4 screws put back in the mechanisms to hold them in place. I'm going to pause the video again. Okay, all the screws are put back in. Okay. The board is screwed back down. Both mechanisms are in place. Okay, we are about ready to stick this back into the deck. Okay, so this is the switch that I just replaced, okay? And it even sounds so much better than the broken one. They all sound the same now. I have a feeling I might need to replace these 3 at a later date. But that sounds great. So let's get this put back into the deck itself. Okay. To put this back on, it will just slide, and you just want to reconnect those 3 right there. So this will just slide right onto the front, okay? But I'm not going to be able to do this and hold the phone at the same time. I'm going to pause the video for a second. Okay. Once you slide it together, carefully stand it up. There's 5 screws that have to go in the bottom. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do now, is connect those 5 screws. 3 right here and 2 right here. So I'll connect those screws. Okay. These 5 screws installed. Alright. I put the 2 knobs back on the front. Now it's time to start connecting the mechanisms back up to the board. So, let's see here. This says deck 1. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So, this goes here. This one goes right here. Okay. Now, it's going to take 2 hands to plug all these in. So, I'm going to pause this video. Okay. We got everything plugged back in. We got the power connected. We got the motor connected. Top of the mechanism connected. The heads are connected. Okay. Everything's looking good. So, let's give it some power. Alright, unit's powered up. Got ourselves a test tape here. So, let's press play. That's doing fine. Let's try out the brand new stop switch. Perfect. Perfect. Fast forward's doing great. Love that. Rewind's doing great. Try the record button. Record. So all buttons are functioning. I love that new stop button. Now I can't plug it into the stereo because I'll get another million strikes from YouTube. I'm sure they're already bitching about all the music that's been playing in the background. But, you know. So, that is how you replace a tactile switch inside your cassette deck. Okay? I'm totally amazed that I pulled it off, since I never soldered anything to a board before in my life. So, outstanding. I hope you enjoyed all the videos. Sorry they were so long, but you know, I don't claim to be a professional. So I'm going to put this back together now. Connect it up to my stereo. And do speed tests and all that other good stuff. But that stop button is working perfectly. Very happy camper right now. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.